Hello, YouTube. Wouldn't you know that when I was going to stop doing Tectone coverage for a couple weeks, that someone would post an expose on Tectone? I guess it's just karma. I have to react to this. Don't have the time. Don't have the bandwidth. I've been very busy. But at the same time, it's been a year of coverage. And why not start a year in one day with the reaction to probably one of the most, revealing exposés relevant to my channel ever. So I'm going to subscribe to this person. I'm going to link him when I do my video. I'm going to link Shamu to my reaction to this video on the bottom here. So definitely check out this video, give it a like, give it a subscribe. I'm going to try to reach out to this content creator in the future as well. And just for you all to know that I have reached 1,000 views on multiple videos, and I do have YouTube Premium, so no ads.
Hey guys, please hit like on the video as it helps the channel and the algorithm. If you want to support more content like this, you can do so at patreon.com/Shamu4in1. If you have Cash App, you can donate at $Shamu4in1. Also, channel memberships and super chats are enabled. Tectone, a streamer with close to 1 million subscribers on both YouTube and Twitch, has spent the past year embroiled in a assault scandal with his ex-girlfriend, and while facing these serious allegations, it was discovered that his father, who he had brought on streams and podcasts, was one of the most infamous in U.S.
Infamous. Yeah, I mean, this is probably reported true. Like, a lot of people in the military do not actually get convicted or even go through the accusation process. A lot of it is swept under the rug. So him being, this prolific person says a lot, ultimately.
Military history. The absurdity of the situation piqued my interest, and after putting together a timeline of events and testimony, what I found was a man willing to lie, deceive, and manipulate those around him. Sourcing court documents I found, I believe this video will offer an exclusive look into what has really been going on with Tectone, and it is not good. Is he guilty?
The court documents that were referenced there are from the defamation lawsuit that I think Fream put against Pink for lying, essentially defaming Fream's name, which is often being used when I try to criticize Tectone, but then his community is like, oh, he did nothing wrong. Okay. All right.
Well, by the end of the video, you will at least have some clarity as to how we got here. But you know what they say, like father, like son.
I don't
Damn.
know what happens, bro. Just bad follows me like the plague. You take my trash out?
Yes.
And why are you doing that?
Because Tectone is the breadwinner. He makes the money.
No, it's because you're a...
Responsible human being.
That's like saying you're gonna make but not have the money shot. It ain't if there ain't a money shot. She looks real submissive and looks like, in the words of Halsey, I can take a pounding.
She was going to do something.
Not bad. That was in his whole house, by the way. His father being on his streams after he was convicted, and knowing that Tectone does have an audience that is relatively young as well. I mean, it's great. It's great stuff. Let me just tell you, the internet content creation is a great space right now. You gotta love it.
Something much worse, so bad it would have ruined all of our lives. I'm not going to say what it was that she was doing, but it was so horrific it would have ruined all of our lives.
Oh, girls don't like crazy guys.
They like abusive guys.
Well,
It will never not be the hottest thing ever when a thick female has a in their mouth. Am I gonna get canceled over
There you go. I mean,
this? No. You want to know why? Because I don't have secrets.
Tectone as a streamer is best known for playing and promoting gacha games like Genshin Impact, which from what I can tell is essentially like gambling for children, as these sorts of companies generate revenue from users gambling on pulls to get an endless supply of sought-after characters and items.
We get a new 5-star. We gonna get it? 100%. You wanna know why? Because I'm supposed to. Because I'm supposed to. And you wanna know how I know? Because chat, right now, if you follow my stream and you're new here, you get 3 free pulls in Honkai Star Rail. That's the crazy thing. Here we go. We have 8 more to go, baby. 2! Whoa! Here we go! Here we go! Here we go! Please! Please, Clara! Clara, Bronya Welch! Clara, Bronya Welch! Clara, Bronya Welch! Please! Please! Let's go!
I know someone else that does a lot of this recently. I think his name is, what is it, Jonathan Light TV, the person that was recently covered on my channel as well. I'm just saying, 2 peas in a pod, apparently, him and Tectone.
Oh my God! kidding you. I almost passed out on the ground. I'm not kidding you. I almost passed out on the ground.
He references this still to this day as like sympathy bait.
My blood pressure was so high. I swear on my life, I pinky promise, I was about to pass out. This feeling, free to play Bronya.
Even Tectone, the one promoting these games, doesn't seem to be immune from spending
Free to play front. Remember those days? Free to play. Any narrative, any arc to make the most money always, and to manipulate. Not my words. This YouTuber's words.
large sums of money on exploitative Chinese crap. Yes, my two favorite Chinese imports, Genshin Impact and fentanyl. We love China.
Higher.
I mean, it's very controversial and political, but I think there's enough evidence to say that that is correct.
350?
Higher.
Oh, this whole thing. Oh my gosh. Like almost as doing it in clout. And I do I think that there was that much money spent? Yeah, potentially. He's probably made $4 million off the game from sponsors or, you know, incentives or whatever else. Like, these are the kind of things that these content creators, they make a lot of, they make dirty money. So even if they did spend this much money, in return, he got a lot of more money also. That's how it works. But he probably just did it for clout. He probably didn't spend that much to begin with.
400.
Higher.
500?
A little bit higher.
Wait,
550.
on just Genshin?
Yeah, I spent $500,000 on Genshin Impact.
Tectone joined OTK, or the One True King streaming organization, on November 21st, 2021.
Man, what a great organization OTK turned out to be. Didn't they just lose Will Neff?
With streamers such as Asmongold, Mizkif, and later Emiru. Interestingly, OTK has had
When will those two leave? Emiru and Mizkif. I wonder. It's probably going to happen sooner rather than later, but they're all going to Mythic Talent anyway. So it's not like, you know, these people are void of, you know, they just go to other places. They got all they can get from OTK, now they're going to other places.
several different scandals in the same realm as Tectone's. One of the co-owners was accused of SA,
I mean, true.
and the other co-owner, Mizkif, was accused of covering up on
True. True. A lot of that going on in this space, apparently.
assault. Tectone is also one of the biggest Asmongold worshippers online. He basically thinks the guy walks on water anytime he comes up.
That ain't AI either, folks. That is a real cockroach.
The reason why I started being a streamer was because of Asmon.
And listen, you know what? I mean, Asmon deserves all the hate he's getting currently because of his political views and because of his just, like, I don't know, fucking arc, okay? I get it, right? But there's so many people that use Asmongold for clout. And even though I don't like Asmongold, I don't condone that. Okay? Asmongold lives in the house that he lives in because he is a true degenerate. And that comes with both a lot of, like, reverence from me and a lot of, like, you know, unfortunate, like, sincere sympathy. I get it. I understand it. It's sad. But he shouldn't be used for other people's success or content. Even though he's kind of went all in on that. And it's unfortunate. Because Asmongold is way better of a person than most of these other people are, technically speaking, as far as I can tell. But I can't really speak for anybody.
Asmon has been and always will be my favorite streamer. The dude's funny. The guy's charismatic. And he made me feel better about my life.
Tectone would eventually
And currently, he keeps me relevant in this space to the point where I'm more successful because I use his name and basically we're friends. That also helps me as well, just so you know.
host the Steak and Eggs podcast with Asmongold and Emiru. Before we can get to the absurdities of epigenetic, we need to go back to
What? Harvey!
August of 2022, when Tectone's then wife Fream left him. You've been losing weight. Do I look different than when I first started Camp Canoe?
Yeah.
Because I'm bald.
Because your face.
Abusive relationship.
That's why I'm leaving.
Okay, I don't like this joke anymore. I don't like this joke. Brig, I'll give you a hug.
That's a very awkward hug. That's a one-way hug.
From the body language of Fream, it really looks like she does not want him hugging her.
Thank you for helping me today. I appreciate that. Have a hug back. The pound in the back feels very father.
Asking for the help. Does this all the time, currently on stream, with his other woman stand-in. I don't know. Sophia. He's like, oh, come on the video. Come over here, Sophia. Come over here. Come take this. Come do that. Come that. Same basic demeanor. Did that with Pink as well. Oh, come over here. Come over here. Oh, come pull for this unit.
There's Sonish. Thank you.
Earlier, Tectone would explain to his stream that he had been hurting his wife for a very long time, with pretty poor explanations, all while Fream was packing her things to leave him.
I want to get this announcement out of the way beforehand. I've heard that I have been hurting someone. I've been hurting someone that I care a lot about. Sometimes, Chad, caring too much is not good. It's really not.
I mean, listen, okay, to try to make yourself good by saying it's related to Karen, that's what people who hit their wife say too. I love her so much. I love her too much. That's why I get so angry.
Sometimes you can mean well, but still cause, I guess, overbearingness to the people who you care about. Because we've been together since we were so young.
Justify, rationalize, excuses. If I was watching you 3 years ago without any context, Tectone might believe you. I have zero amount of respect for you. So therefore, I believe you 0%.
We formed a very bad codependency for one another. Sometimes when Fream isn't
Almost like, hey, Fream, come watch this stream so you can basically know what to say, so that I'm not looked like as a bad guy, because I don't want that narrative spreading, even though I might be a bad guy.
In the house, I can't function as a human being at all. I just can't do it because
Have sympathy over me. I'm incapable of being an independent solo person. This was before my transitioning, and I didn't have the amount of self-respect and narcissistic tendencies that I have now adopted. But then again, I don't really have them because I'm actually the same person that I was before. I'm just posing to be somebody else.
it got to a point where I didn't really know the difference of who I was and who Fream was. And when Fream wasn't around me, I didn't feel like a complete human being. And during that process, I hurt my wife because she was overworked. And y'all know that. It's even a meme. It's even a meme. Me yelling Fream. Fream! Sprinting over here. And so I've been hurting Fream for a very long time. I stopped seeing her as a different person. I saw her as myself. And I asked her to do too much. I asked her to help me too much. And Fream...
Yeah, you ask every woman that is in your life to validate your success. Which is whatever. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know, man. It's pretty bad, okay? How about you just, like, be yourself and try to be successful on your own merits instead of posing and lying and acting like you're somebody that you're not. I'm not saying you can be successful, but how about you try that?
Fream was also hurting me in a way.
Well, of course, right. It can't just be one way. It has to be both ways, which normally in relationships, it does go that way, but normally there's a catalyst, a start.
Where she wouldn't communicate with me because she was afraid due to...
What? Afraid to communicate in an abusive relationship? That's not normal. That's not conducive.
her past relationships.
Oh, her past relationships. Wow. Man, you sure know how to pick people, huh? You sure know, almost as if you're picking people that you think you can maybe gain some leverage over, gain some power over, to play your little games like father, like son. I don't know. That's what the YouTuber, not I, said.
But what I realized is a little bit too late is that Fream is not me.
Yep.
And just because I'm okay with creating content 24/7 does not mean that my wife would be okay with that. I thought you were getting divorced. Same.
They would divorce only 4 months later.
Fream filed for it, and Tectone would start a relationship with Twitch streamer and OnlyFans model Pink Chew.
But yeah, Ping is one of the best people I've ever met. She's
Wow, Tectone, you need to calm down, bro. Tectone's one of the, Pink's one of the best people. Okay.
never done anything wrong. Amazing human being.
People would continue to question if Tectone was abusive and what was really going on when clips started to resurface online.
How do I deal with them? I love him.
Don't touch me.
I'm patient.
No, you're not. You're like the most impatient, moody I've ever met.
I'm patient when it comes to you.
Freem, I carry our marriage, and you know that.
You know, this is so much worse, and it gets worse every time I see this clip. You would think, you know what, it was just a spat, but you can already tell that Tectone's doing this live for a reason. Because he's trying to control the narrative. Just like he did with everybody else that he's ever tried to discredit and take down. Did it with Fream in this particular video, which is horrible, by the way, because that was his wife.
Freem, you know that.
I think we have a pretty 50-50 marriage.
You're high.
He's trying to control the narrative, and he was effective at that, and technically has been effective at that.
Tectone gives the game away in this clip for being a wholly unlikable tool and an asshole. What's more shocking, though, is that he's
more than a tool and an asshole. He uses it to manipulate and to gain advantages.
the lack of self-awareness to do this with his then wife on a live stream.
Oh, no, he knew what he was doing. I do believe this was malicious. I think this was calculated. Absolutely. Based on all of his other behaviors that he's had with anybody else that he's tried to take down, he rewrites the narrative. He tries to poke holes at people's credibility, their likeness, anything that is favorable, he will try to literally erase or diminish or eradicate so that he is the most sympathetic person in this situation, so that he is the one that looks like is the better person. And in this case, he's acting like it's been a horrible situation and it's one-sided because Fream's the one that's been the issue.
You're high. I'm not saying you don't help, but you think it's 50-50? Explain.
I mean, okay.
I would unironically say I'm probably one of the best husbands on planet Earth.
You're a very good husband.
No. I wouldn't say very good. I would say one of the...
Setting him up now after he's established dominance by calling her out and already talking about this in a previous clip that, you know, he's already admitted that she doesn't always have a good communication skill. So she may not feel like she can speak about all of the stuff now because he's kind of put his, foot forward. So now she's going to be agreeable and he's going to try to win the situation like he is right now.
Best.
I'm just saying, like, you carry in social aspects, I carry in the back-end tech stuff. And I feel like together we make a good team.
That's a really honest, sincere answer.
But marriage, dude, I am the conflict resolution.
And he didn't even accept that.
God.
Yeah, you are.
100%.
No, 100% you are.
I am the greatest shoulder to cry on. I am the greatest consoler.
Here we go. I mean, it would be fine if he gave her the compliment that she was asking for and deserved, but it's all about him. And he says he's not a narcissist. And it's okay to be a narcissist. It's not okay to be one, not know it, and literally destroy everybody else in the process because you hurt people. Like real people.
I'm understanding everything. The romantic shit I do is crazy. Like, are you...
She's smiling.
I'm...
That's her saying that this is not... Yep, here he goes. He's pointing everything out as well.
Are you giggling? Freem, you know beyond a shadow that I'm an incredible husband.
I never...
Yeah, she's going to agree with the fact that you're a good husband. Okay? But all this other shit that you're going down on a tangent by? No.
said that you weren't.
But you never said that I was.
Okay, you are an incredible husband.
Here we go. And looking for it, getting it, and now he just won the argument. and he, in the eyes of the community, it's a win.
How accommodating I've been is insane.
He's really channeling that inner narcissistic sassy gay man to tell his then wife that she isn't worth anything and he's the best guy ever.
How accommodating I've been is insane. Why are you not saying anything?
I'm saying, yes, I agree. Of course.
So for like marriages and emotions and understanding and communication, I would say I do about 90% of that.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. The majority of marriage is communication.
So he has picked his new, I don't know, you know, he doesn't talk publicly, but then again, why would you have a 20-something-year-old living in your house? Not that it's any of my business, because you can have co-eds, whatever else, he's already said is socially shy, Sophia, almost as if that's the same dynamic as him and Fream. All I'm saying is that there's correlation here.
Yes.
If that is his, I don't know, but I don't know why she'd be there right away. But it's not none of my business. I mean, co-eds, people living together, whether they're opposite gender or not, totally possible. If they're not together and they're roommates, all the things that I've seen that they've been together and posted and shown, a little bit creepy and weird. Then.
I give you your space, you give me my space. We mutually love each other. We mutually are happy with each other. We're still each other's best friends, I hope, right?
That's a lot of assuming happening
Okay,
right now.
come on. Oh, shit.
Yeah. Retaining or remaining the dominance while diminishing her and discrediting her now that he's established it. Exactly.
It's a lot of assuming.
Yep. And he loves it. He's going to revel in this.
When this car clip resurfaced online, Tectone went to sweep it up directly. But specifically what I find interesting is he says, quote, "We pretty much had to get a divorce to save our friendship."
Of course, right? That's the narrative he wanted to have out there.
Which worked, and was definitely for the better. You may not realize it yet, but this is just an outright manipulative lie by Tectone, something I will explain in more depth shortly. Tectone would further present this narrative that everything was all good on stream.
Also, you gotta understand, like, Fream doesn't like when people paint me as a f***ing villain, right? Because it kind of
That's convenient for someone that's not framed to say.
just like decredits our entire fucking marriage, right? Like a couple of bad moments doesn't ruin 10 fucking years, you know what I mean? I just really want Fream to be able to get out of the public eye. That's all I want. Oh, and please, God, nobody clip this, please. It's just very hard for me to talk about Fream because she was my wife for a very long time, and I don't like remembering how ugly the end of our marriage got. My life's going in a great direction, and that's the only reason why it hurts. And that's the only reason why it's scary. Am I gonna get canceled over this? No. You wanna know why? Because I don't have secrets. The last 2 years were really rough. It was really rough. Now the shit that I would do with Fream, the icky shit I would do with Fream, that wasn't good, right? Probably.
The icky shit I would do with Fream. Almost as if, don't want it to come out. What would that imply? N-D-A.
I'm gonna delete this VOD after this stream. But holy dude, my friends can't even react to me without it being a hate thread. It's crazy. It's crazy. Sorry.
After a back and forth on Twitter about Fream being free from Tectone occurred, Fream would clarify the situation with, quote, "Since some think this is playful banter, it's not. We are not on good terms, by the way. But this is between me, him, and our lawyers. Sorry."
Right, which is something that Tectone should take a playbook out of, to be honest. This statement right here, this is a good statement for people that are celebrities. Lawyer up. Pay that pay that retainer fee, buddy. Congratulations on being rich and famous.
For not wanting to talk about my personal life online. Some things just shouldn't be used for content. Discord DMs were sent to Tectone and Pink of Fream posting screenshots of a bra being purchased on Amazon from Tectone's account well prior to his divorce, and then Pichu wearing it at a later date. Fream also still had access to the security cameras and posted pictures of Pinkchu coming in and out of Tectone's house. This was on a date where Fream was supposed to be with Tectone for Christmas.
While married. While married.
Because of these new posts, Tectone and his new girlfriend would strike back at Fream viciously.
I wonder why. I wonder if this was all orchestrated.
Before
before we get into the nuclear response Pink and Tectone made, I want to jump ahead and let everyone know that Pink has since stated that she was used as a pawn by Tectone.
Exactly. Man, this YouTuber. You need to go and like and subscribe to this YouTuber. This guy, this person here. Shamu. I'm telling you, he's on to something over here, let me tell you.
To attack his ex-wife, Fream, that he convinced her and told her to do everything that's about to happen. Regardless of the merit of these claims, you cannot convince me that Tectone was not aware of what his current girlfriend was about to levy at his ex-wife. Keep this in mind for what's about to come next. Tectone's current girlfriend, Pink, would post the Discord DMs of Fream and respond with, quote, "This woman is a criminal and has caused me so much anxiety and distress the last year, I needed to take a break. She spied on me with cameras, even private moments, and shared it with my colleagues and friends illegally. Without knowing her, she spread rumors about me, tried to ruin my career and friendships. I didn't go to the police in fear of what she would do because she is completely obsessed with me and is unhinged."
And if you're in an NDA, Tectone could not do this, potentially. He couldn't talk bad about her, depending on the agreements of the NDA. So what did he do? Maybe use Pink to do it. Maybe he typed this up himself. Using Pink's account. Maybe. Speculatively.
Fream would respond to Pink with, quote, "Have your lawyers reach out to mine." Tex had their info for months. Pink would then start a live stream attacking Fream and announcing she had gone to the police to press charges on Fream for revenge. What you're about to see was all planned, and Tectone would actually raid Pink's stream prior to her starting.
Tectone's
Absolutely.
ex-wife has been stalking and harassing me and Tectone for over a year now. She has not left us alone. She has stalked bank statements, internet history, was spying on me when I came to visit Techie because I guess she originally was spying on Techie, and spread revenge of footage that is considered revenge to people from the cameras as well. I have gone to the police. Here is a police report. I try to clear up as much as I can. I have a police report. The cops are doing their thing. I'm not going to get into the specifics about the revenge. And yes, her spreading revenge is sexual harassment if she doesn't want to believe it. I thought she was going to make the video that she took of me public. So I called her out. That was the first thing because I was scared she was going to start a public narrative against me. She has ruined Tectone's image.
Are you starting to notice some things? Pink later said that there was no revenge. So who was telling her that there was?
Who was telling her that there was? I wonder. Ooh, it's a hard one to really say, isn't it?
She also tries to run narrative for Tectone. She even brings up the divorce court papers, which I would presume came from him.
Maybe.
Reason why on Christmas Tectone canceled plans with Fream is because I was a new friend to Tectone. Tectone had talked to me about the mental abuse he went through with her.
Interesting. Guys who are abusive in a relationship, you know, just in general, I'm not talking about Tectone in this particular case, but just in general, guys that are abusive get into other relationships saying that the other person was abusive instead of them being the issue. I'm just saying, not related to Tectone specifically because I have no evidence, but just as an example.
He confided in me all the abuse he was dealing with, the cheating, and how hurt he was. And I told him, I don't feel comfortable meeting her. I don't want to know this person. I feel very uncomfortable. I think you should maybe take a step back and maybe get some help and think about, what has happened, because I felt bad. Like, he still had empathy for her, even after getting cheated on, even after a lot of stuff she did to him.
Remember that the ex-wife Fream has said virtually nothing in this publicly, and the things being shown are DMs that somebody else leaked to Pink and Tectone. All of a sudden now Fream is an abuser and a revenge.
Let me also just remind people I've never met Fream. I've never met her once in my life. I hope I never have to, okay? And that
one-sided narrative coming from who? Well, in this particular case, Your Honor, Tectone!
That's why it's scary, because it's like this scary unknown, and I have to just deal with it. And I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not going to sit around and just let somebody try to destroy my life. She was going to do something much worse, so bad it would have ruined all of our lives.
I wonder who provided this narrative to her about what she would do to her. Maybe it was, speculatively, it was Tectone telling her all these things.
I'm not going to say what it was that she was doing, but it was so horrific it would have ruined all of our lives.
And the reason why Tectone went nuclear? because his ex-wife Fream was about to make her alleged and abuse she went through from her husband Tectone public. Tectone has denied this for years.
Fucking years. Won so many different scenarios in the public opinion because of this fucking thing right here. This thing right here.
That this was even happening, by the way. But what people aren't aware of is that legal documentation between Pink and Fream clearly states, quote, the dispute between Fream and Tectone relates to a serious and false allegation against Tectone. During that call, Tectone and Pinkchu learned that Fream had a Google Doc and she was planning to release it to the public.
We'll get into further detail later, but it's important to realize that the attacks Pink made prior is a direct response to Tectone finding out through Pink that Fream was going to go public with the alleged abuse she went through with Tectone.
I reached out to Tectone to get his side of the story in any context I could. At first, he said he was happy to answer any questions.
Okay, interesting. Want to handle it privately.
Until he realized.
If you got a question, I'll answer. Whatever the contact is, kind of already there if you do research and not be baited by public opinion. What the fuck are you talking about? This ain't your audience, Tectone, you little bitch. How about you have a conversation with somebody that actually reaches out to you and not use your little kitty manipulative tactic?
How meticulously I had gone through everything.
Oh, wow.
I asked him what the allegations were that Pink mentioned were going to ruin all of their lives, not letting him know I already had the court documents proving what they were. And he lied to me. He said, quote, no allegations were going to be made against me. This was between her and another woman. Provably a lie.
Provably a lie. And this time the YouTuber says, one counter.
It was so horrific, it would have ruined all of our lives.
Fream would respond to all this with, I'm well aware of the many lies that continue to be said about me, my relationships, and my alleged actions. As social media isn't the appropriate forum to address legal...
What the fuck, Fream? You are smart. You are one smart cookie.
...matters. I'll just say that neither I nor my attorney has heard from anyone about actually resolving this matter. I won't be commenting on this further. Pink would even run cover for how Tectone treated his wife in the car clip from earlier, explaining, oh, you don't understand. Tectone realized that day that his wife of 10 years had been cheating on
Yep. Run cover. Run cover for sure.
On him.
Keep this in mind. This is the day he caught her and Cruz.
This is what he likes to do with his friends. He likes to bring them on out here like Elon Musk and say, hey, why don't you talk good about me for a minute? Why don't you tell me all the good things that I'm doing? I'll help you out too. Say that you're the greatest person in the world too. Until the truth comes out. Then you're a conniving, backstabbing, low-life demon creature that shouldn't exist.
Huddling on the couch and realized she was cheating on him with Cruz, his assistant.
Which is pretty crazy, considering only 5 months later, Pink would announce that Tectone had been...
And I want to say this very definitively. Tectone's going to be on Kick, bro. Okay? Tectone ain't going anywhere. Tectone ain't going to get canceled. He's going on Kick.com. Kick. The gambling site. Kick. Someone who has subscribers on Twitch and YouTube is going to Kick.com. He'll be fine. He's going on X too. He'll be fine. They'll all be fine. They could literally be cesspools in the worst people on earth, and they'd still be fine. He'll be fine.
Cheating on her.
Weird question time. Has anyone ever been cheated on? How do you react to something like that, by the way? Like, is it weird? Like, I know some people are like, oh, you'll crash out or something when you learn about that, like you got cheated on. But is it weird that for me, like, I just like, oh my God, I don't have to deal with this piece of shit anymore.
Tectone, as you will see throughout, would lie to his audience in a pre-planned narrative spinning in an attempt to dissuade accusations of cheating against him.
When did you and Pink break up? Me and Pink broke up like mid-June. Do you all need proof of that or no? Are we gonna take my word for that? Do we need proof? I'm gonna do it anyways. I feel like it's important. Just because I don't want anybody to doubt what I'm saying, and I know it's a pretty serious topic people really like talking about. Yeah, once again, I want to be very clear. No ill will towards it whatsoever.
No ill will.
As of right now, I don't really care. I mean, it was made public against my will, but I don't care. But yeah, I have a message that I sent to Jimmy on June 28th where Pink and I broke up. But yeah, it was good. Nothing bad.
Tectone for real just pulled up DMs of his mod in him and just had this pre-planned so that
Mod and him, when we know about the relationships with mods and their content creators. Oh, do we know? Let me tell you about the story of a mod and the content creator. You don't believe anything those people have to say. Because guess what? That mod is literally doing everything for that content creator, including potentially their finances. I ain't making this shit up. Okay? Tectone's own words, quote unquote. Oh, if, depending on what my mods say about my passport.
people wouldn't think he was cheating. Pink would respond posting receipts of the real breakup that was in July. Please stop talking about me on stream. Stop lying. I broke up with you because I suspected you cheating on me. Stop taking pot shots at me on stream. You know the next day we got back together, I broke up with you on July 23rd. Didn't want to be your friend with benefits on July 26th. You wouldn't even let me ride in the car with you and Sophia, and I was outside the house drunk and alone. I'm not stupid, and I suspect cheating. Just stop. It wasn't good. It was a lot of bad.
Wasn't good, a lot of bad.
Pink attached text messages to the tweet of her breaking up with Tectone, where she specifically says twice that she was scared of him.
And then she went after his... Oh my God! I did not know I was going to be on here. Here I am. So maybe some of my videos were helping my friend over here do some research. Wife, and there was a whole controversy over that. She basically had protected him, defended him, and he used her constantly.
I wasn't sure.
Lies!
After Tectone was caught lying, he would respond in a classic manipulative manner. Quote, "You ever just lie to protect someone, but they make it so hard? Aw, he's lying to protect Pink. Not because he was cheating and trying to assert a public narrative." To which Pink would respond by saying, "He's not lying to protect me. He's lying because he doesn't want Sophia to know we were still together. I was told by someone else. He told her the same lie. We both know how you treated me and your ex-wife. You had her sign an NDA to..."
Seems like all these women were wrapped up into one big hurricane of manipulative bullshit named Tectone. Hurricane Tectone coming through. There's a tornado coming with the capital T. His name is Tectone. Get in your basements and lock your doors. He's coming.
Keep her quiet about the abuse, and told me to specifically go over the car clip on stream and lied to me and said it was the day you caught her cheating. But I found out later it was a lie. Just like your many lies you used to manipulate me to make you look like the victim, when she was the victim all along. She didn't even know Cruz till a month later. As shown here, this is how he treated both of us. Our friends saw it, my family saw it, and I'm glad I'm out. Pink attached 2 plane tickets from June 2022 of Cruz flying to meet Tectone, who later dated Fream. This is important because it proves that Fream did not meet Cruz until well after the car clip of Tectone acting like an abusive
Bam! Good job.
towards Fream. It proves that Tectone lied to Pink and his audience about his behavior being because Fream cheated on him. He is a liar.
Liar, manipulator.
Keep this in mind. This is the day he caught her and Cruz cuddling on the couch and realized they were cheating.
Pink has affirmed that she was used as a device against Tectone and Fream to discredit Fream. That's what Pink has gone out publicly and said. Obviously taking back a lot of the things that she had said previously, but knowing the accusations and all the other lies that have been told, I do believe her.
She was cheating on him with Cruz.
And he's been extremely successful with the other women that he's been in relationships with. Almost as if he picks them so that he can have that effect on them. Why not pick a 33-year-old or 31-year-old? No, he likes to pick them young. Andrew Tate young. I wonder why they do like them young. I wonder why. I don't know. I don't want to speculate too much.
Assistant.
You lie! Liar!
Tectone would go live the next day. Of course, not to address anything specific about him lying or the timeline of events. This is typically what he does, but to talk in vagaries and try to manipulate his audience.
And then one of that posse decides to go to the dark side because they're too dumb to realize how good they had it with the main group. People who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, it's fine. It's all good. I'm not the person who keeps saying like...
I am so glad. I am so fucking glad that my channel could be an archive for some of Tectone's worst deviant lies. It is part of the reason why it's out there. Just so you know, I have a lot of videos of a lot of clips pertaining to Tectone that he may not want to be easily found. My YouTube serves as that purpose, and I'm glad that this YouTuber found them. On Plazookas could have been deleted from the Tectone VOD channel. Well, there you go. You're welcome. You may use all of my videos without any restriction.
Oh man, I'm going to keep talking about it. Why are you talking about it? I'm going to keep talking about it. And I'm letting you guys know, for all you guys who know what I'm talking about, just know that person is going to keep talking about it till the end of time. So we'll probably be going over this about 80,000 more times. And it's going to be weird as shit. And I'm not going to lie, it's going to keep being weird as shit. Okay? It's going to keep being weird as shit. It's going to keep being weird as shit.
He's poisoning the well here, almost as if he knows something else is coming. Oh, it's gonna keep being weird, guys. I can't say the person's name or even talk about the specific allegations being made. It's just so weird.
And it's just gonna be over and over and over and over and over again. And guys, I'm gonna let you guys know this. Here's the plot twist, guys. Here's the plot twist. I've done nothing wrong at all.
Okay. Interesting.
Yep. And that's it.
Wow, what a shock.
Angel.
The guy who weaponized his now
Angel.
ex-girlfriend against his ex-wife with police charges, lies, and smears is now somehow totally innocent of any wrongdoing whatsoever.
If anybody asks, did Techie do anything weird? Did he do this thing? Did he do that thing? No.
It's funny that prior to any of the serious allegations becoming public, Tectone is already priming his audience, telling them, hey, if you hear anything weird...
That's correct. That's a really good form of deduction you're making there, friend. Very true.
about me, don't believe it.
I mean, these people, there's people that are out of control right now. And aren't I so kind by not even saying their name? Because I am trying so hard to keep things cordial, but holy, I am trying so hard to keep it cordial. I am trying so hard not even to bring up their name.
Right.
Like I had it removed from my chat.
He's just the best guy ever. He banned his ex's name in chat, refuses to say her name because he's a saint.
I'm banned in chat as well. Actually, I was banned in chat, then not banned in chat. I'm definitely banned on all of Tectone's platforms. But yeah, he does that often. Echo chambers, echo chambers, echo chambers. He's not alone. So many content creators do this, and they all advocate for free speech and in the Constitution and all this other shit. Yeah, hypocrites.
It's not because he wants to respond to this in a totally disingenuous way.
Like, oh my God, it's off. Jesus, it's insane.
I might have been banned.
And the worst thing is I'm trying to protect this person, but they keep yapping.
Interesting.
And then this person knows my dad has cancer. Like, just
Again. Using his father, which is totally fine. Like, we get it. But specifically for Tectone, does it for calculated reasons.
You guys have to understand, he's actually trying to protect his ex, and she's attacking him while his father has cancer. Just more manipulative bull.
And it's my reputation for years. The amount of people.
I'm so glad I let this clip play and not even respond to it. I know I don't do that often, so for whatever reason, I must have known this was going to be in a video someday.
That have me. That I have in turn protected.
This is so weird.
And kept their darkest fucking secret. And I've done such a good job of not saying any of the wrongdoings this person's done. And I don't plan to unless my hand is forced. But the problem is I worry about this person so much that if they become aware of their own actions, that they might hurt themselves. That shit makes me depressed.
He could prove that he wasn't lying, but you don't understand. He's actually saving Pink's life from not doing so because he's so...
This video and that clip would not have been possible if when I unlisted all my content and then the day after Tectone responded and saying that I'm innocent because Plazookas unlisted all of his content, only to be fooled by Plazookas, who then relisted his content the day after and basically was trying to do what Tectone did, trying to make an example of Tectone. And he did. And the fact is, these videos do exist, and that clip was able to be presented, and I am so damn happy for that, especially in this video within the context of what was just said.
Pathetic. You can't see it right now, but he's actually on a cross dying for all of his ex's sin.
Because I'm trying to help somebody that clearly will not let me help them. I'm not going to hold back anymore. So off or I am going to say what I need.
And this is the time when someone who is wealthy, who has the means, and also lives in a state that probably would protect him, you would lawyer up. You would basically do cease and desist and all these other things. And Tectone did not do it then. He did not do it a month later, 2 months later. I don't even think he's done it still, which is fucking pretty sad. And actually quite revealing that he doesn't want whatever was going on in there to be brought up in court or to be in the public opinion, because he may actually look even more guilty.
To say, and I'm going to say this very clear.
Yeah.
I have never done anything that is cancelable.
Some excellent foreshadowing from Tectone.
Well, we just had a logical fallacy recently where you said, I've never done anything wrong that I can't live with. And we've already established that defining what you can live with is subjective to an individual. Your definition of what is cancelable may be subjectable as well, especially if your mentor was your father.
Currently, he's dealing with relationship drama, so why did it jump to being canceled?
I mean, Jesus Christ. It's just too much, man. It's like every day, all these can't keep my name out their mouth, and I do them a service of never even mentioning their name to not exacerbate the issue. But I swear to God, one of my closest friends coming out, they think that shit me? Hell no. Jesus, these people are so
Oh, my doggy's there. Oh, that's cute. My doggy's still fine, by the way, chat. She's downstairs.
pathetic. I am going to move on. And the worst thing is, you swore you would never do this to me. Because I even told you when we started this that I'm horrified of another person who I tried to take care of trying to me again.
You can tell how freaked out he is, and this is prior to any of the serious accusations becoming public by Pink. He's directly referring to Fream screwing him over. He knows what's coming. And the crazy thing is, it's so vague that nobody in the public knew any of the accusations.
No, but his community did. And this is to parasocialize, to cultish, sheepish, hurtish them, into already discredit anybody that ever comes out. It's a manipulative tactic that cult leaders do.
Accusations Fream made. So he's directly talking to Pink preemptively months before Pink made any of the allegations public. And none of the people have context of what he's referring to until now.
Over and over and over again.
Yeah.
The people who I help the most always me over. And you know what's crazy? And you see the people in my chat, and you see him asking who, and guess what? I'm still not going to say it.
Can we imply,
because
though?
At least I have some courtesy. That's my problem, is that I'm too good of a guy. One day I'll crash out, and I'll just post.
Okay, so this person had to do some work, because I was commenting over all this stuff, and to his credit, he's edited it out pretty well to where it's only Tectone's narrative. So, a lot of work.
Receipts of everything. Because here's the thing, guys. I don't do he said, she said. I keep receipts of everything.
It's important to remember that as this escalates throughout, Tectone threatens to leak things which he says will prove his innocence on several occasions, but he never does. He never posts.
Well, he did leak the receipts for the rent, the 5% truth thing, which was found out to be a complete lie and made him look even worse because of what he was really willing to reveal, and Pink was able to discredit that almost immediately.
Anything. And things are about to get so much worse. Okay. November 20th of 2024.
I want to say that this video is way better than any video I've made on my channel, period. So there is a distinction here. I understand why I'm not as popular. I understand why I'm not successful. This person deserves to be. This is fantastic editing and very similar to many other videos like it, but it's because it's done well.
Pink would post on Twitter, quote, "How are you supposed to feel if a guy is abusive and makes you cry, then shoves your head into his crotch and demands you s**k him off, and his excuse is, emotion just turns me on when you cry." Or when you're asking that you don't feel comfortable doing something sexual and he records you and demands you stop making faces and pretend you like it. Quick pause, but in the text Pink put out months ago, she does ask him to delete any sexual videos that he has. We don't know if it's consensual, obviously, but felt it was worth pointing out. Or you say you don't want to do it anymore and he shoves your head down till you throw up. Guilt trips you into giving and says, "Do your job, you don't pay rent. I took you to a water park, so you owe me. And all you can do is sleep up."
He took La Shinra to a water park. I don't know if he took genocide to a water park yet, so maybe that's what's going to be required of genocide in the future. He took Sophia to a water park. So I mean, listen, I'm sorry if that's the payment for a water park ride. If that was the case, I probably would be like, I'm good, Tectone. I'll just stay home. I'll stay home, but I'll pay my rent. Okay, I'll just pay my rent. Okay, I'll stay home.
Stairs because you know what he's going to keep telling you to do. He doesn't touch you, doesn't have sex with you, just keeps you around as a machine and degrades you.
Now, me personally, I'm going to just keep it 100%. It will never not be the hottest thing ever when a thick female has a in their mouth. I will never.
I mean, here we go. Here we go. Bringing it all back. Showing the relevant, context for the actual allegations against him. Seems pretty close cut shut to me.
Never need anything more than that. And it's just like, wow, bro, look at this human vacuum cleaner.
Makes you feel ugly. Don't wear baggy clothes. Straighten your hair. At least wear eyeliner around the house. Your self-worth totally crushed. I hate that people warned me. I didn't listen because I was so manipulated. I hate that I was lied to when another girl who went through worse was trying to come forward. Remember the stream Pink did where she went totally nuclear on Tectone's ex-wife?
She was going to do something much worse, so bad it would have ruined all of our lives. I'm not going to say what it was that she was doing, but it was so horrific it would have ruined all of our lives.
Fream was originally going to go public with allegations of abuse against Tectone. This is why Tectone had Pink go nuclear on Fream and accuse her of revenge and file a police report. This would lead to lawsuits involving Fream and Pink. Many of the claims Tectone was making that Pink would parrot were determined to be false, and the case would be settled after the determination in Fream's favor. Now, another settlement outside of this lawsuit happened between Tectone and Fream, I believe in Fream's favor, and led to both Fream and Tec.
Here we go. A payment settler something happened through after they accused Fream of revenge porn, sued them, and then lost. It was separate from the Pink suit. Yes, it was. And this is the part. When you make a Google Doc, like all these other people have made Google Docs about accusing people of something like that, it's not technically them going to the police and filing a report and doing that. But if you have lawyers, or if there's ways to get contacted with something and it could be like on the fence about being illegal, there are many people who have used NDAs to silence people and to settle. As long as the victim is willing to make that concession, then technically you can sign an NDA. Now, it going to, an investigation process, all that, yeah, that's a little bit harder to do. But this is an avenue for where you can get an NDA. And most likely it happened. And it probably still exists today.
Being placed under NDA. So Fream wasn't ever able to go public with her allegations against Tectone. But there will be more evidence shortly that they were very, very... case would be settled after the determination.
What was that about soda popping?
Now, another settlement outside of this lawsuit happened between Tectone and Fream.
Let's watch
I believe
that.
in Fream's
I want to
favor,
see that
and
soda
led to
popping
both
thing.
Fream and Tec being
Because
placed
this
under
is that
NDA.
OTK
So Fream wasn't
connection.
ever
That
able to go
OTK
public with her
connection.
allegations against Tec.
During that call, Tectone learned that Fream had a Google Doc that she was planning to release. The Google Doc claims that multiple people, Vi, Quachis, Chance, Morris, were aware of the alleged conduct and that Fream was planning to release it unless Tectone and his attorneys acquiesced to Fream's demands. Yeah, that makes sense, And I'm sure that all of the people on OTK know this. I think there was some revelations from MTash and all this other stuff from Mythic Talent. People in his circle know who Tectone is. And it's unfortunate because I'm sure he's living a nightmare every single day of his life. And his success is proving them all wrong. I think it was on the Knut thing when he was, it was another OTK another member of the Knut team that was like saying something about Tectone and like just having like a distaste for Tectone. And it just shows that a lot of people don't like Tectone. But that's this video. I will have to take a short break. I'll see you in my part 2 of this reaction to Tectone, Twitch's most abusive liar. If you don't see this video for now, you'll see it tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.